Hello guys, welcome back to Angel RC. Today I decided to touch on a topic that seems to interest a lot of people and I get a lot of questions about it. My ground station setup. Now, before I go about the video and to avoid having people asking me what antennas I am using in the comments all the time, please remember that I have links to all of this gear in the video description, so all you have to do is click on the Show More button below the video and have a look around. In addition, clicking on any of the linked websites prior to finding and buying a product would help me earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, which helps support me and this channel, and you will have my eternal gratitude. So, the ground station, a thing of myth and legend, tidy and compact and all capable. Yeah. Right, more like an hour of messy setup prior to even putting the plane together, and some of the time some of it just refuses to work properly. Later this year I'm planning to bring my ground station in one box project to its end, but currently this is what my setup looks like for the most part. Starting at the top, I have the MyFly Dream antenna tracker. Basically you put a video receiver with some directional antennas on it. Right now my receiver is the FR632 with the Aomway Diamond linear antenna, since this time I was flying the Believer with the new PixHack Nano in it, and I put a linear antenna in the plane, hence a matching one on the ground. I usually use a helical antenna on here because most of my other planes have a circular polarized antenna on their transmitters. The receiver is powered by the antenna tracker and in turn it feeds the video signal right back into it. This whole top part rests on a slip ring, which allows the tracker to do unlimited 360 degrees rotation without worrying about tangling any wires. Moving further down, we get to the antenna tracker driver. This blue box is the brains of the tracker. It receives the video signal, takes the GPS coordinates of the model out of it and sends it forward to your monitor or goggles or whatever you have wired to it, and then rotates the top part of the tracker in the direction of the plane. I have an Eachine TX801 video transmitter connected to the driver, set up to output at a measly 5 milliwatts, sporting a left-hand circular polarized helical antenna, outputting on a different channel just to make sure it doesn't interfere with the receiver on the tracker. This is my wireless relay to the goggles, which helps remove one cable from the system, and when I mount the battery on the tripod I can move it anywhere I want without it being tethered to the table or anything else. In addition, anybody else can tune into the relay frequency and watch my flight without having to literally breathe down the back of my neck to look at my screen. On the receiving end of that relay are my goggles equipped with a left-hand circular polarized cloverleaf antenna. Even though these goggles have an integrated battery, I do like to keep them powered with an external battery during these long-range flights. Next is my Windows 10 8-inch tablet, which I use to connect to the telemetry coming down from my Pixhawk and APM equipped planes when available, of course, as I don't use that too often once I have everything set up. Above that I have the SkyZone HD02 monitor powered from an external battery as well, and it doesn't have any antennas on it because right now I will be using the HDMI input to look at the HD video coming down via the QAV Hacklink system that I got and have also installed in the Believer. The Hacklink ground module does not require an external battery because the built-in one lasts quite a while, as it turns out, and besides it is a non-critical system in the plane. The Mavlink telemetry data also goes through it, and my tablet actually connects wirelessly, removing one more cable and module from the table as long as I can get the HD video to work at a usable range, otherwise it will just be the heaviest telemetry module I've ever tried. So this is what my ground station looks like at this time. It is a bit of a mess and requires a ton of tripods, etc., and putting most of this, except for the tracker of course, in a single box would simplify things, would mean I would only take one box with me to the field compared to 3 or 4 now, and would make the whole experience so much more enjoyable, and the plane will be quicker to deploy when I only have to open the one box to be ready for flight compared with this whole mess. Now, a ground station needs a plane to control and track, so here is what the situation is on the plane itself. Right now I will show you the Believer, but this is valid for most of my planes. At the top there is the QAV Hacklink Air module, which gets an HD signal from the onboard camera, in this case the Firefly 8S, and also gets telemetry from the PixHack G7 Nano. I have it mounted in much the same way I had the L9R receiver before that, using the same mount, as it is just more convenient for something that I'm not yet certain will remain on the plane. Right behind that is the FrSky R9 Slims antennas, and behind it is the linear 5.8 GHz video antenna I have mounted on the AKK X1P video transmitter that I recently removed from the XUAV clouds. On the underside of the plane I have the MyFly Dream Telefly Pro OSD, which is the board you would put in your model for the tracker to actually track the plane. It has a GPS unit connected to it, or it can listen in on the autopilot's GPS, and also the video signal goes through it, so it puts the coordinates in the video stream as teletext and then sends it to the VTX to be transmitted. Simple as that. So this was, and still is, hopefully not for long though, my ground station setup. If you have found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and consider doing the same on Facebook for more regular updates, and also consider supporting me on Patreon. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will try to answer to the best of my knowledge. I wish you successful and safe long-range flying, and until next time.